Good morning or good evening YouTube, I'm back here with another video. Today we are taking a look at the hero build guide here for MURONG JING. Now MURONG JING is one of the choices in the limited hero box that you get for the 3rd anniversary, so I thought it would be nice to make this well, showcase, right, or tell you how to build him. He's been a hero for like a year now, and there are lots of other guides on him, I think, but I just wanted to do another one, and I'm probably gonna just do a lot of heroes here that I've already been covering in the past year, but I just want to do it again because I've learned a lot more now and more experienced, and I think I can give you some better advice this time here. So MURONG JING, a very nice anniversary hero that we got last year. There are a few ways to build him, but first I'm just gonna tell you what he does. I'm not gonna read the skills because you can do that yourself, but I'm just gonna tell you what he does, okay? So his biggest main point here is actually the S2 here, which is an ability that puts a stealth on the entire team, and you will also take less damage from basic attack and skill damage. That is very huge. And you can actually use this at exclusive 0. It does not need any exclusives to get the stealth effect and get the basic attack and the skill damage effect. And he will also put a like buff on, so when you are below 60% HP for the first time, he is healing you. Okay, so he keeps healing. He's also applying this cracked blade here, which is debuff onto targets, making them do less damage. Direct damage and less dot damage. Okay, so he's super good for sustain even at exclusive 0. His passive here just says that he is scaling with defense instead of HP or attack, and he's also scaling with leech. You want to have leech on him because the more leech, the more damage or the more healing he does. Okay, he's not affected by healing and he's not affected by healed effect. So, and his last skill here, it can remove buffs, but I think this is, yeah, it can't remove buffs until you get to the exclusive 3. Okay, so that's when you get the remove buff here. For the exclusive 0, he's just doing some extra damage and he's doing some HP deduction actually, which is pretty nice, but it's not really what you want. Okay, you don't really want to use the S4 here too much before exclusive 3. So if you have him at exclusive 0, how would you build him? Actually, you just want to build him with a lot of speed and make him tanky. That's it. You don't care about the damage because you don't have, first of all, you don't have the stats to do it, and you don't have the exclusives to do it. Okay, he's not gonna do any damage at all, or not much damage to be honest, if he doesn't have the exclusive 3. That is just a fact. So at exclusive 0, 1 and 2, I would just make him have the 70% leech that he needs, and then for his echo also, we will talk about that. And then just as much speed as possible, because especially at exclusive 0, you want him to be able to get this S2 effect off very fast, okay? To help reduce damage in PvE and PvP from enemies. Now, when we talk about his echo here, his echo is one of the best echoes in the game. If you can get it somehow, either by, I don't know, if developers are generous, or if you are using money, get this one here to 5-star if you can, because you'll get, first of all, you get 28% leech from it, but you're also reducing damage by 35% on all allies and making sure that the enemy takes 35% more damage, okay? So that is a huge one to get his mastery, echo, to 5-star. That is very important. But as you can see on my stats here, right? Mine is built for both damage and sustain because I have the stats for it, I have the gear for it, I can afford it, and it's exclusive 5, right? You can see here I have 73k defense, which is what he does damage with, almost 200% mastery, and my speed, I'm fine with my speed actually, right? I think my speed is fine. And he's in a half of a Devour set here. I've put him into a Bone Erosion and Devour set, right? And for aura, I'm actually using the Heart of Protection aura, which is the most expensive aura in the game at the moment, which is why I only have it at 0-star. But I do enjoy having this aura on him, and now it's level 30, so I don't want to bother removing it, to be honest. I started out by having versatility aura on him, That can also work if you want to make damage with him. But to be honest, as the game progresses for me, he becomes more and more of a sustain character, and it just helps your team stay alive instead of doing too much damage himself. That is how it goes. So you can see my gear here. Not all of it is mythic actually. I could mythic this one if I wanted, and this one we could also find the better one. So you can see here that it's not perfect pieces, right? It's just something that we have. And if you want to try him out maybe in some content, I'll find some content just in a minute. Okay, let's see Faction Abyss if he can solo it. I don't know if he can solo it. Can he solo it? He can actually solo Saga City 30. It's not a problem for him. Obviously, my stats are insane compared to this content, so probably not the best showcase, but you can see he does some pretty nice damage there, right? Another good thing, especially for free-to-play, is actually Elemental City. He will be able to help you a lot here on the waves. And there are also a few bosses that require stealth on the entire team, and you can use him or you can use Panda. It's up to you, but I think MURONG JING is just easier to use. He's also very good to use in dungeons. I've defeated maybe Marius here, 50. And we can use something here. You can see I actually put MURONG JING into my teams. Some of my teams here have it. My Growlin team have a Marius. My ROM team actually have a MURONG JING also. And he's still very good. He's still very good, right? For dungeons as well. And you can put him into Endless Cloister. I think I'm using him here also. Yeah, I'm also using him here at the difficulty 40. So definitely a very, very strong hero. And yeah, he's just good for sustain, to be honest. He's just good for sustain. We can show you in Wuthering Coast here that he actually does some damage. Go to Power of the Saga City here, and we go and do the Saga City team here. We just remove, let's just remove, I don't know, this one here. Put him in, and let's see if he does any damage here. And we can see here quickly if he does any damage. You can see here that he does damage. I mean, he does half the damage of my Indra, which my Indra is not good, by the way, but you can see here, right? But you can also see Jubei here, who I just gave some scraps. Actually, didn't do anything about him, and he's doing almost the same damage. So damage-wise, MURONG JING is good, but not a DPS carry. Okay, so let's check him out in PvP, I guess. One moment. Okay, so it's pretty hard to find teams these days here without Boreas, and yeah, but I think something like this here, he's actually very good against the CC team. If you use MURONG JING here against this team here, for example, he's actually very strong because he also CC immune. And yeah, could put Boreas in and I would win, right? But that would not be fun. So if you put MURONG JING in here together with someone, let's just build a team one moment. Alright, I'll just put these random heroes in here and see what happens. No idea what happens, okay? I just want to show you that he can actually do some damage. Also because he is CC immune, he won't, like, he's not going to be affected as much against these kind of teams here. Let's see if we can get our turn with MURONG JING. Let's see here. Come on, can he do his... He's going to do his S4 as his default mechanic here. Let's see. Can he get his turn? Okay, he got his turn there in the end, but I think Tierlists actually kind of carried that one. Yeah, okay, bad showcase. So... But he can't be useful though. He can be useful. Let me try something different, right? Let's try against, you know what, we can try against someone like this guy here. He also got a MURONG JING, so you can see the MURONG JING against the MURONG JING here. And let's just see what happens here. This guy has a lance also, and some speedy dudes here. You can see how much, oh, it's actually starting with the, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna put it onto, I think we're gonna put it onto, take the auto off, right? And then I'll just show you in one speed how strong he is. So let's just see here. Can we get our turn with MURONG JING? There we go. Okay, so look at this. You can also see all the enemies here. They have a lot of immortal buff here, or damage immunity buffs. Like this one here will not take any damage at all. But because I have him at exclusive 3, I can actually remove it all. So just see here. You can see that I'm removing the buffs, and then comes the damage, right? Okay, so that did have a lot of shielding, and that's a good example, I guess, on showcasing that, well, he's doing damage, but he's not really doing damage. So if I were to start over and a free-to-play, I would definitely just give him speed. Don't care about the damage stat on him. give him leech, give him speed, and that's all you need, okay? Well, defense as well. You also need defense. Defense, leech, and speed. That is what you need. And you need the defense because that is what he heals with, right? He skills with leech and defense and nothing else, okay? Yes, I think if we just take a look at his blessings here, now I've given mine speed, leech, and some internal injury damage, and then defense rate in the bottom slot is the best slot for him. Very, very nice. And I think we've already gone over this here. Emblems, I put them like this. I actually have two sets of emblems. I have this one when I want to have him do damage, and then I switch to this one when I just want him as a tank. I go for this one here. So I don't know. I'm not too sure how much it does, but I just figured it would be taking some extra damage, right? So that is it, guys. I think MURONG JING, definitely one of the good limited heroes from the free limited box. I think he will help your account if you don't have any other sustain. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the MURONG JING. I know that Felicia is also countering him now, but there are not a lot of Felicias in PvE at least, right? So you can still use MURONG JING in PvE. Have a nice day. Cheers. Bye.